Good day, my name is Joe Cowrie and I'm from Papua New
G'day, I'm Christian from Australia.
Economics 200 here in Brigham Young University, Hawaii. There are many terms and principles relating to economics. We've been researching on this economic term, business regulations, and what does it mean and what impacts it has on businesses that are operating daily. Regulations are set in place for the benefit of each business that are operating in the world. Business regulations are in place to protect the employees' rights. It protects the environment and hold corporations accountable for the amount of power they have in business-driven society. Some of these regulations stand out significantly. What's your first impression when you hear business regulations?
So what's one word that comes into your mind when you hear the phrase business regulations?
First thing that comes into my mind is rules. Yeah.
When you hear the phrase business regulations, what comes to your mind?
Money is kind of what rules you have to follow.
What is one word that comes into your mind when you hear the phrase business regulation?
Cautious and safety.
Okay, what do you think of when you hear the phrase business regulation?
All I think about is banks, I guess.
This regulation means they want to control what's going on for the business.
To set kind of the guidelines so businesses don't do things that are unethical and so that businesses don't do things that can destroy the nature.
There are the examples of the regulations, economic regulation and the social regulations. Talking about economic regulations, these are, for example, Federal Communication Commissions. These mainly focus on market conditions and economic variables, and social regulations, environmental protections agencies, and occupation safety and health administrations. And these especially focused on the people, enrollees and employees, consumers and citizens. And the benefits of the regulations are fair treatment of employment, better safety, safe product, good conditions of water and the cleanliness. The applications that I can think of the government regulations into the business are, for example, the Labor Standards Act that applied the wage and the hours of duration set by the government, the minimum wage and the market in the US. And second is the employee retirement income security. Well, I think that's to ensure and medical benefits.
So I wanted to tell you a real life example of how business regulation applies to me. So about 6 months ago, or a little bit less, 3 months ago, I was trying to make a smoothie business, selling fresh fruit smoothies on campus. So my idea was to go around on a bike and have a mobile fresh fruit smoothie business. I thought this was a fantastic idea. I knew my product was great, I had great tasting smoothies, and I tried to organize everything. I got a bike, everything was set in place, but one day I thought maybe I should check out what kind of regulations and laws there are for selling things on campus. And funnily enough, yes, there were laws and regulations where I couldn't sell smoothies. And so for me that was an example of laws and regulations. I tried to take it further by selling fresh fruit smoothies at farmers markets, but there were laws and regulations once again that stopped me from selling my product at farmers market. Thank you.
Although what the people have said is very true about business regulations, but there's a little bit more that we can add to business regulations in terms of doing business.